Hey guys, welcome to our first episode of the Mouth Breathers. I'm Connor,
And I'm Morgan.
and this is just a podcast where we just talk about music, I don't know, movies, just our general life, relationships, and let's just jump in. So for our first episode, I went around to my friends and I just asked them for some questions or some topics that we can talk about. Mm-hmm. So, first question my friend had, he's been talking to this girl, but he does not know how to go from just talking to more. You understand what I'm saying?
That's always a tough
That's
call.
a tough one. That's a tough
Yeah.
one. Yeah. So what do you do?
It depends on what their relationship is now. I mean, have they kissed? Or are they just
I don't even think they've kissed.
getting lunch?
They're just like getting lunch and like texting a lot, I think.
Well, is he sure that they're both into each other?
I think from what I understand, let's just imagine that they're both into each other.
Okay.
So what do you do? What would you do?
I think you just have to make some sort of move.
Some sort of move?
I wouldn't say to kiss her yet. Maybe just like a casual handhold.
Yeah, I get that.
Hand on the thigh while you're driving.
I get that. Here's one thing I like to do is kind of like just invite the girl over, then maybe like try to turn on like a crappy movie, like what's that? Cloud Atlas. You ever heard?
Creep.
You ever watched
Creep?
Creep's a good one too, but Cloud Atlas is like my least favorite movie, and it's so boring. You turn it on with a girl, something's gonna happen, right? Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ever do that?
You turn on a movie and then you just talk the whole time.
Yeah, it's like that. Just that's what I would do, or like take him out on a date or something, you know.
A movie's always a good choice because most of the time you're sitting beside each other, and I guess if you both like each other, she's gonna like cuddle up with you, hold your arm or something.
I mean, but then like my thing is like, what happens when he like turns on like a bad movie and then she doesn't want to cuddle with him? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
I don't know. What's a situation that you've been in like that?
I had this girl over that we've been talking, and she's one of those girls that you always text and flirt with, but you never hang out. It's like one of those type of relationships,
Yeah,
and I actually got her to come over, and I was like, what do I do now? So we watched Friends. And
Friends? That's not a good one, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean it's a good show, but
yeah,
she just cuddled up with me the whole time and nothing happened.
Oh.
We just cuddled and watched Friends, and it was the awkwardest thing ever because like she would turn and like look at me, and then like she would like look away real quick. You know how like you wait for that long period of eye contact when you make a move? She was like, none of that was happening.
Yeah.
But we just sat there and watched it, and then I ended up like having to drive her back to her car, and then that's when it happened. And I was just like, why couldn't this have been happening
30 minutes ago? 30 minutes ago, why couldn't this happen? You know, I think I've had a similar situation where, but I didn't turn on a bad movie was my mistake. So I turned on that Netflix movie, it's like The Little Prince, that was it.
The Little
Prince, okay? Underrated film, first of all, okay? So anyone who's out there, like, looking for a movie, Little Prince holds up, okay? But, so I took a girl on a date, we come back, she's like, oh, let's go hang out. We get there, we're watching The Little Prince, and the issue was I wanted to finish the movie, and she was like trying to put the moves on me, but I was into the movie. I mean, after the movie, I put the moves on her.
I've had that happen too. You'll be in the middle of like a TV show, and you're like,
you're into it. Yeah, you're into it.
You're like, hold up, stop. Oh, watch this part real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can go back.
Like if I'm like sitting there, and like if she turns on like a really great TV show or movie, I'm not gonna. That's gonna take priority in some situations. I'm not gonna lie.
You get too emotionally invested.
Like when I'm watching if I'm watching Game of Thrones or like Stranger Things, I am into it.
That's the bad thing is like you kind of have to take the risk and watch a shitty show and just hope to God something happens.
Yeah, I know.
So you don't have to sit there and watch
if you turn on Cloud Atlas, you turn on the movie Creep, just turn on any boring movie and nothing happens. Everything's so much more awkward, and you can't ever talk to that person again. That's my thing, okay? Is, like, what are you supposed to do?
I don't know. If nothing happens, it's just like, well, bye.
Yeah, that's just, oh my gosh. I hate that.
Cringy dates are the worst.
Cringy dates. What's the cringiest date you've ever been on?
Oh, God. I really can't think of one off the top of my head. Have you had any, like, really cringy ones?
Really cringy dates? I'm trying to think. I think, like, one time... Like I took this girl out wasn't a date. Apparently, I was unaware about that. So, you know,
That's always
stuff
weird.
like that. That's the weird. I hate it when that happens. How do you know when what someone's intentions are? See?
That's a good question. 'Cause
Yeah.
I paid for one of my friends' dinner one time. I mean, we're friends. Yeah, you've
Here's
heard
my
this
thing.
story.
The only reason that you would pay for a friend's dinner is if she's a girl.
I pay for guys' dinner.
You pay for my dinner.
I've never had to spot you before.
You didn't spot her though.
You piss me off too much. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, pay for
Well,
your
what are
own
you gonna do? My thing. I would never pay for a friend's dinner unless they like had no money, or it was their birthday. So.
food. Yeah. Well, maybe you're just not
Yeah.
a good friend.
I'm a pretty unkind person. Is what's actually happening here.
Yeah.
I think. But was that awkward when you paid for her dinner, but it wasn't? A date?
Was she was supposed to pay for mine because I gave her a ride home because she drove her bike to campus, and she lives up this big huge hill, and she was like, I physically can't drive my bike or ride my bike up this hill because
That's weak
I'm
shit,
gonna die.
if you ask me.
And I was like, okay, I'll come back and get you. I'll be a good person. And then she was like, well, what are you doing for dinner? And I was like, oh god, she's asking me out. She was like, I'll pay for your dinner. And I was like, no, I have food at home. She was like, come on, just let me buy you dinner. And I was like, okay, fine. So we went on this completely like...
It's an impromptu date, right?
Yeah, impromptu date. And it was nice. Like, we talked a lot, and I don't know. She suckered me into paying for her. And I was just like, today's a good day. I drove her home. I'm going to give her dinner. I'll just be a good guy.
That was your mistake.
Yeah, and now everybody thought we went on a date.
You see, now, whenever you hang out with any of your friends, they're always going to expect you to pay.
So I'm never going to do that ever again.
Yeah,
sometimes I kind of feel like a dick if I'm going out with a girl and don't pay.
Why? If the
I
girl's
just
just your
do.
friend, then...
Maybe it just gets in my head.
Yeah, I feel that. No. I think... I'm trying to think. I've never been in a situation like that, where it's... I paid for a girl's dinner, like, she thought it was a date. I've been in situations where I thought it was a date, and then I try to pay, and then it's like, oh, this isn't a date. What are you doing?
I don't.
I hate that.
Have you ever been on a date with a really emotionally unstable woman before?
No.
It's really bad.
Why would you do that to yourself? Is my question.
It's so bad because it's not emotionally unstable. Just like a girl with like a really cringy personality. You know those girls that laugh too much.
No.
I've
never met anyone.
God
who laughs.
bless you.
I've met people who laugh too much, but never like on a weird date.
I've been on dates where you can say something that's like not funny. You're like, man, I tripped and fell on the way to class today, and like get up and and she was like, ha 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 ha.
That's hilarious.
And you can't even have a normal conversation because she's laughing too much.
But here's my thing, okay? That's legitimately funny. So I don't know. That's just bad. Okay, I'm gonna move on to our next topic. So one of my friends is having roommate issues, and I'm sure people out there can always relate to roommate issues. But I'm gonna ask you. You had any roommate issues?
Yes.
I've had roommate issues.
Yes.
Give me an issue. Give me a roommate issue that you've had.
Roommate issue right at the top. Okay. My roommate was basically a drug dealer freshman year, just trapping out of the room for no reason. I had no clue. And I walked in. It was 4:20. I wouldn't lock the door because he'd still be in there. So I came back to my room and the door was locked. And I was like, "Wow!" He got up and went to class. A miracle. So I unlocked the door and him and his buddy are just like measuring weed, and I was like, "What are you guys doing?" He said, "Oh, it's 4:20. We have a lot of people to sell to today." And I was like, "Wow,
what a hero!"
Wow, dude.
I didn't have that big of an issue. I think freshman year I did have an issue with my roommate though, because he's a little emotional, and I knew him in high school, so it was like we were really good friends from high school. Everything's great and stuff, okay? But I don't know. Me and him like the same girl. So naturally, that led to so many issues, right?
How did that happen?
I don't know. Stuff like that happens. I hate stuff like that.
Is it your ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend.
No.
But it was just bad, And I've had roommate issues past there too, because but none to that degree where they're like really emotional all the time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know what a big issue I've had with roommate is? Especially when I lived in a dorm. I live in an apartment now, so it's not an issue as much. But like when you want to use the room for something, but the other roommate won't leave. Have you ever been in that situation?
Yeah.
Like I hate that.
Oh yeah.
I hate that. Like I think like freshman year, like I was like I'm dating this girl, and like it's just awkward when we're hanging out, and then we're in their room, but their roommate's there.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's just gross.
I feel like mine was a step up to that because I was like playing video games in the room one day, and my roommate walked in and he was like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm just like, "Nothing much, just playing some video games." And he had been talking about taking acid, and I was like, "Okay."
What a hero.
And he had on sunglasses in the room, and I was like, "Did you take that acid yet?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm tripping right now." And he had on these like Ray-Ban sunglasses, just
What a
sitting in the
guy.
room. It was just staring at my TV, and I was like, "You okay?" And he was like, "The colors." The colors.
No.
And that's all he said.
Yeah, no.
And then he was like, "Okay, so I'm gonna go to the forest now and watch a bunch of trees lay down." And I was like, "Bye."
We just went to. What do you do in the forest? Just look at trees?
I guess he just sat out there and tripped.
What a hero. You know, I think freshman year when I was living in dorm, it was I lived on like I lived on the normal side of my hall, but the other side was like the green living floor, which everyone on the green living floor awesome. Okay, really great people. All really cared about recycling and stuff. Fine and dandy, but man, they were just some of them were just really into drugs, and that was great. It's
green living.
It was hilarious.
What do you expect?
It was hilarious. I'm like, I think like one time, like I'm walking along, see these girls, and I'm like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" They immediately just jump into a bush, like, and I'm like, "What's wrong with you guys? Like, what are you doing?"
Okay, a funny dorm story. What's that TV show on Netflix where the guy draws the dicks on the cars?
Oh my gosh, American Vandal.
American Vandal. Okay, we had like an episode of American Vandal on the 6th floor of my dorm, which is the one I lived on. There was this. They have like these pin boards in the hallways, you know, and this guy, this hero, drew a bunch of dicks on the board, and our RA freaked out, and she like ripped down the sign and like drew another one. And the guy went back and drew more dicks on it, and we had this like big like meeting, and they were like, "Somebody needs to stop drawing these dicks." Blah 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 blah, and she like flipped out. And I thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Here's the thing: American Vandal, great show, but even better, okay, American Vandal College, where they do that. It was not as bad as freshman year when someone in another dorm lit a diversity board on fire, right?
Yeah.
Remember that?
I remember that.
Everybody there was a guy, freshman year viewers, that he was very unhappy about diversity around campus, and he decided to burn down the board. And the issue was it set off the sprinklers, and everyone on that floor's just stuff got ruined.
They had to evacuate the whole building.
Yeah.
At like 9 o'clock. I think it was snowing outside too.
That was terrible. If my roommate was a white supremacist, I would be the moody roommate in that issue. Let me just tell you right now, okay? That would be an issue. And God, roommates are just, they're great. Because sophomore year I had a great roommate, and it was Morgan, actually, this guy, my co-host. And he was great. But
yeah, we kind of lucked out.
Yeah, we lucked out.
Yeah, it was random.
Match made in heaven. Random. What a great time.
Yeah, but we never hung out for the first semester because you had a girlfriend.
Yeah, I know.
You never in the room.
Too much of a player, right?
Then we bonded.
Yeah, we bonded. We bonded over pain. Freshman year, sophomore year, when everyone I know, everybody I knew freshman year, sophomore year was like, just got broken up with, and it was a really great time. We became by far the most belligerent floor in the hallway.
Now we're all single, so
now we're all single.
All we do is
we kind of goof around now.
Drink.
Yeah, we just drink away our problems.
That's exactly.
Ever since we turned 21, that's been like a normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting up all them bars, right? So I'm gonna move on to our next topic, and this one is a biggie. It's what do you do when you get to a party, you're really excited with all your friends and stuff, and it's just bad, it's just plain bad. Because I mean, I've been to a lot of bad parties, but I think what's the worst party you've been to?
The worst party I ever been to should have been the best party I've ever been to.
Doesn't make any sense.
Well, it was with a bunch of cheerleaders.
Oh no, I was there.
You were there. We were there together, and we were supposed to be, partying with all these cheerleaders. And I was like, best day of my life, right? I'm gonna get the chance to talk to all these cheerleaders. I'm gonna be popular. So we get there, and everybody's just sitting on the couch, and there's these two girls. They have a handle of like Svedka, and they're just taking shots and passing it back and forth. And I was like, wow, this is gonna be a great time. So the whole time, nobody talked to us, except for that one girl. I made like 2 friends there, And the rest of the time, everybody was just drinking.
I mean, it's better because I made no friends there.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was DD that night, so. But we should have gone in realizing that, cheerleaders don't know how to party.
I came to that conclusion.
I should have realized it was probably the most high school party I've ever been to, including any high school gatherings that I'd gone to.
I didn't go to high school parties.
I went like to 2, and that was more high school than any of them, surprisingly.
What did our friend like walk in on in the bathroom?
Oh my gosh!
What did he say?
Our friend walked into the bathroom and saw, some hardcore drug use. I think it was cocaine. I'm not 100% sure because I didn't see it, but I don't know how those cheerleaders are still on the team because they get tested, right?
And the funny thing is they changed the party spot because 3 cheerleaders got drinking tickets.
Yeah, naturally.
And they were like, "We're still gonna party it." Blah blah blah.
Man,
that was a bad decision.
Cheerleaders don't have. We should have realized going in because I didn't know anyone there. It was just like one friend knew one person there. We should have realized going in that it was not.
You know what you do when you're at a shitty party like that?
What?
Just drink.
Just drink?
You just keep drinking until it's fun.
I was driving that night, so.
Yeah. Well, you couldn't do that. Huh?
Yeah, I was a hero that night. We ended up actually staying that party till about 2 a.m., right?
Sadly,
yeah.
Sadly.
Our friend disappeared for a little while. We don't know where he went, and we eventually found him. That was a good time. We saved him.
Saved his life.
He tripped over a curb on the way back in, though. That was pretty funny. Mm-hmm. He almost fell downstairs. Usual drunk stuff,
Time. Connor, what's the worst thing you've done while inebriated by alcohol?
I'm not going to talk about that, dude. Not yet. Usually I just fall asleep, or I just get tired.
I just start slurring my words.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. I think the worst thing I've ever, I don't think I've done anything too bad while inebriated.
No, I haven't done anything that bad.
Yeah, I'm
just act like an idiot.
Getting back to bad parties. One time, we were walking back from the bus to our apartment, and I should have realized going in that this is never a good thing. But when someone on the bus invites you to a party, always say no. Okay, should be a must first of all. Okay, because it can never go well. But this girl just invited us out to a party.
Well, she offered us some free food at first, so we kind of got suckered in.
Being pretty poor, we needed free food, so we run very low on food a lot of the time. Accurate. Free food was like the thing. So we get the free food, dinner. And she's like, "Oh yeah, we're going to a party," and I should have
naturally
said no.
we said yes.
I should have said no, but we said yes, and that was a bad party. We got there. I think it was just in a garage, and it was I think about like 15 guys. What? And then like
15 guys and 2 girls.
And it's a very weird ratio. They started playing live jazz.
The best party music mix of all time, basically.
Yeah.
Just improv jazz off the top of your head from a live band.
Actually, here's the thing. Improv jazz might have been okay in a situation where it wasn't such a bad party. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If everyone there wasn't really into jazz, maybe I would have been into it more.
It wasn't like it was bad music. I like jazz. I can listen to jazz and appreciate it. But if I'm at a party, I'm not going to be like, yeah, put on some Seal.
I'm a big fan of jazz.
I just don't want to party to jazz.
Okay, first of all, Seal's not jazz, okay?
I thought it's considered jazz.
Seal is not considered jazz. I'm pretty convinced. I don't think Seal's jazz.
I think it's considered
I'm pretty
jazz.
sure that's R&B / singer-songwriter. First of all.
So jazz.
That's not jazz. Okay.
I don't listen to a lot of jazz, but I can,
right now, okay?
I can listen to it.
La La Land. I know what real jazz is, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an expert now.
You don't know real musicals. If I love La La Land, I think La La Land is a good musical, but if you want to see a musical, just watch one that's been on Broadway or a touring musical, because La La Land doesn't really compare to a live musical.
If you want an actual good, enjoyable thing to watch La La Land and not a Broadway musical.
Watch The 100 if you're gonna watch a show.
Don't watch that. That's the
great show.
We'll move into TV shows then if you want to talk about The 100, because I would disagree with that. But
the only reason you don't like The 100 is because it's on CW.
I don't like the CW. I will come out and say it right now. I do not like the CW as a channel, and if you viewers can disagree with me on this, but I just think it's a terrible channel.
Please write us in and tell us your opinion on the CW channel, and if you like any of the shows on the CW channel.
See, I mean, I'm sure there are people who like CW shows.
The superhero shows are pretty good, so I've heard.
That's not true.
That's
I just don't like the high school drama. It's just a lot of high school drama. You know what I mean?
This show doesn't. The 100 doesn't have a lot of high school.
I feel
like drama.
It's like when I went to that party with cheerleaders. Okay, it's just a lot of high school stuff.
And a lot of cocaine.
A lot of cocaine. Yeah, I am pretty convinced that at least every single actor on any CW TV show has done cocaine at least like 4 or 5 times in their life.
They're all crazy.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen them? They're all very beautiful.
Yeah. There are some beautiful women on the 100.
Yeah, but I don't know. I if I was gonna choose a channel, it'd have to be HBO. Maybe that's a good one.
Nope.
HBO. You don't like HBO?
I'm going Nickelodeon.
Fuck off.
I'm going Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon?
Yes.
I mean, Nickelodeon's good. I love Nickelodeon. SpongeBob.
Well, I'm
Jimmy
taking like.
Neutron. But I don't watch new Nickelodeon over like Game of Thrones.
I changed 2000s Nickelodeon.
Okay, yeah, 2000 Nickelodeon was great when I was a kid. I mean, SpongeBob still holds up. There's a lot of if any viewers haven't watched SpongeBob in a while, go back and watch it because there's a lot of jokes in there that are intended for adults, and it's just great.
It gets better. You know, a lot of cartoons fall off when you get older. You're like, how did I watch this?
Yeah.
As a kid? But the jokes from SpongeBob still hit just as hard.
Well, I mean, I'm watching it. And it's like this is adult humor. Right
I still quote SpongeBob daily.
Yeah, I also most likely would quote. I quote SpongeBob at least a couple times a week.
Yeah.
And people look at me like I'm an idiot.
Then you go to SpongeBob for Halloween?
Yeah, I went to SpongeBob for Halloween. That was God.
Our whole friend group went as 90s or 2000s cartoon characters. I went as Jimmy Neutron, Connor went as SpongeBob, and we had a friend went as Timmy Turner and Danny Phantom.
Gosh, that was
great cartoon.
That was an exciting time because I really like dressing up as cartoons.
Who doesn't like costume parties?
Costumes are fun. In a perfect world, I would always have to dress up as a costume when I was in any gathering.
Yeah, honestly,
it's fun. Who doesn't like
Halloween's?
Okay,
top 3 holidays.
When I was younger, I liked Halloween because I got like candy and stuff. When I got past that age where it was like I couldn't go trick or treating anymore, and I just didn't have anything to do on Halloween. I'd go to like maybe like a youth group party. That's no fun.
I trick or treated until I was like 15 years old. I'm not even gonna lie.
That's because you're a loser.
But I wanted to get my candy.
I mean, I get that. No, I get that.
Free candy. I think I went. I think the last year of Halloween, I want to say I was around the age of 15 years old. And I went as a hobo. Really, really bad decision. I took charcoal and like put it all over my face and wore like ripped overalls.
So what you're telling me is you went as
a bum.
You went as blackface for Halloween.
No, I went as a bum.
What I'm hearing right now. Okay?
I went as a bum for Halloween.
But why do you paint your face black then?
I didn't. I just made it look like I was like dirty, like living on the streets.
Okay.
Looking back now, I realize how bad of an idea that was.
You probably got some weird looks on your street.
I did.
Someone was like, why did these parents let their 15-year-old son dress up like this?
You know, plot twist, I was just an actual bum walking around with a bucket trying to get some food.
You work in the mines, right?
Yeah. I
knew that.
I was a coal miner.
Yeah, coal miner.
Coal miner.
Man,
see, maybe that's what people thought instead of me being a bum.
Yeah. I think I stopped trick-or-treating like 11 or 12.
Why?
Because I didn't want to do it anymore. My parents would just buy me candy and they're okay with that.
The reason I got the hint that I should stop trick-or-treating is because
you had your Sweet 16, right? And you realized this is too old.
I got my first car, and then I had to stop trick-or-treating. No. All my friends would just not go.
They just wouldn't go?
I'd be who's going trick-or-treating? And they were like, we're staying home.
All your like 16 and 17-year-old friends like, we're going to stay home and not go trick-or-treating with a bunch of 9-year-olds, right?
Everybody else in high school is like drinking beer, and I'm like, trick-or-treat!
Oh my gosh. I think, but no, as I got older, it was, now I get like, Halloween's more fun now that you're older, because... I mean, who doesn't like to dress like a slutty cat for Halloween? You know what I mean? Like, I went as slutty SpongeBob.
Slutty Jimmy Neutron.
Right there.
Got a blast.
That was bad. I think, but it's fun, Halloween. Yeah. Halloween's like a top 2. It's probably my second favorite holiday now.
It's Christmas and then Halloween for me.
Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving's good too.
Thanksgiving's great.
Thanksgiving's good just because I usually try to keep at least like some type of a healthy diet. But on Thanksgiving, I just splurge. You know what I mean?
It's no holds barred on.
Oh Halloween. Yeah, no holds. I'm going at it. I I'm gonna eat a whole turkey leg.
I'm eating the sweet potato pie, the pecan pie, green beans, mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes will get you.
Mashed potatoes will get mashed potatoes are underrated, but they fill you up so fast. So I'll always get like too much. And I'll eat too many mashed potatoes too fast. Then I'll feel sick and I'll fall asleep. It happens every year, and I know what's gonna happen this year. Luckily, this year I don't have to go visit my family, so Thanksgiving's gonna be a lot better.
Cranberry sauce or no cranberry sauce? Are you a fan?
I like cranberry sauce.
I like cranberry sauce too.
I think pumpkin pie is my favorite thing.
Sweet potato pie for me.
Sweet potato pie. I think
they kind of taste the same a little bit.
A little bit, but they're not. But
they're
sweet
not
potato pie is just not as good.
I disagree.
That's
my grandma's sweet potato pie will bring you to tears. It's so good.
Yeah, I gotta meet your grandma now.
Come to Thanksgiving.
Come to Thanksgiving with you.
My grandma will love you.
Can eat the whole family, right?
She'll pinch your cheeks and.
You think if I asked her about your past as a coal miner, she'd tell me all about it?
She'll probably tell you about all the weird girls I dated. Instead,
that'd be even better. Well, here's the thing: you never stop dating weird girls. See, he always dates weird girls.
That's true. You want to know something? This is just kind of like a thing I thought of right now. Nobody gasses you up like grandparents do. Just take that in. Like, I'll go to a family reunion and I'll feel like $1 million. Like they're just like, you're so cute. Why aren't all the girls all over you? I had one of my like.
But your grandma's all over you, dude. What other girls do you need?
Yeah, exactly. But I had my great aunt. She walked up to me and she was like, "Hey, you need to get a stick." And I was like, hey, you know, are you okay? Are you had a stroke? And
no.
She was
Grandma
like,
stroked
you need
out
to get
again.
You need to get a stick. And I was like, okay, why do I need a stick? She was like, to beat off all the girls that are going to be coming after you next year in high school.
What you're telling me is you're going to beat off some girls with your stick.
Yeah,
that's basically what Grandma told you.
I thought it was great, and I was like, wow, thank you so much. And then
you're welcome.
I was leaving, and I gave her a hug, and she was like, do you have that stick yet? And I was like, aw.
Oh my gosh.
And then I went back to school, and I was still the same old.
Here's my thing. My grandma, one of my grandmas is great. She's like, Connor, you're the best grandson. I'm basically her favorite grandchild because I'm actually helpful. My other grandma, I love both my grandmas, but my other grandma just calls me Henri all the time. What does that mean?
Calls you what?
Henri. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Ornery or something? I don't know how to
never
pronounce
heard
it,
that word in my life.
But I think it's like mischievous or something. And like maybe I was a bit of like a dick when I was a kid, but
you
now
still are.
I'm a bit of a dick now. Everyone's a bit of a dick sometimes, but like it doesn't make any sense because I'm like a 21-year-old adult, and she'll be like, Connor, you need to stop being so ornery. But I literally just sat down, Grandma. I just sat down. What did I do? And then my whole family would get on it. My entire like extended like 5 aunt and uncles, my 12 cousins will all be like, yeah, Connor, why are you so ornery? Yeah, Connor. And
so you're just.
That's why I never want to go to Ohio again.
You're just the fuck up.
Yeah.
Basically.
But it doesn't make any sense because I'm pretty cool.
I'm the good grandchild. Everybody loves me.
One time I went home. We visited for Thanksgiving in Ohio with my family, and I got a nice pair of moccasins. You know, wonderful shoes. Okay, they keep you warm in the winter. What more do you need? It was cold. It was like 30 degrees. So I went on moccasins, and I have heard shit about that from my family for years. It doesn't make any sense. Next time I go and visit my grandparents, my family, I am 100% going to just get absolutely just shit-faced around them.
Exactly.
Yeah, because my grandma always gets upset when people drink, but I don't care.
My grandma on my mom's side is like that too. I think one time it was my dad and one of my uncles and another cousin who's like 35. They all brought beer to Thanksgiving. And in like the middle of the dinner, they just all got up and walked outside and drank beer in the parking lot, and then walked back inside. And I was like, "Wow, I can't wait till I'm 21."
That's a good time. So a couple months ago, staying on family talk a little bit. I think like 3 or 4 months back, my cousin, she got married. Great. My cousin's great. My new, I guess, cousin-in-law, would that be it? I don't know.
I guess so. The in-laws always
it confuses me, but he's part of the family now. He's a really cool guy. He was in the Navy, you know, all this cool stuff. And, you know.
Thank you for your service.
Beautiful, beautiful wedding, you know, everything. Love it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Only thing was, it was a dry wedding, so.
Oh, I'm gonna have so much beer at my wedding.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna judge them for dry wedding. It's their choice. If they want to have a dry wedding, I don't care. But I'm just gonna say, when I get married, it's gonna be a fucking party. You know what I mean? Is it gonna
be on a Saturday?
Yeah, it's Saturday.
It's
for the boys.
What Saturday's for?
I'm gonna have my wedding on a Saturday, okay? And when my bride's gonna walk down the aisle, I'm not gonna be there. They'll call me, like, Connor, where are you? I'll be like, Saturday's for the boys, motherfucker. And and then we'll get married on Sunday instead. That's what's gonna happen. It'll be a 2-day thing.
If she still wants to marry you.
Yeah. If my future wife cannot understand that Saturdays are for the boys, then I don't know what I'm doing with my life.
Exactly.
You gotta find someone who understands.
Hold on. I think I just heard someone crack one open with the boys.
Oh, it is Saturday.
It is Saturday.
I'm probably gonna crack a cold one later tonight, right?
Yeah.
It is Saturday.
Saturday for the boys.
Yes.
I like all the memes they make with the girls yelling at the guys, and it's like, babe, what don't you understand? Saturdays are for the boys.
I mean, they're okay. Sometimes it gets a bit much. I don't know. A lot of people around here they follow Barstool, Old Row and stuff like that. I don't really like those very much. I like Barstool because sometimes it shows funny sports videos.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. I don't care about people sitting on Yetis.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
I think that's stupid. Old Row does this thing. They have this. I think his name's Farm Boy Wilbur, and he takes these videos while he's driving around his tractor, and it's hilarious. And that's my favorite thing Old Row does. So, go check out those videos. Farm Boy Wilbur.
I would suggest not checking those videos out because they're most likely pretty terrible.
Well, if you like redneck stuff.
I guess Old Row is aimed towards Southerners, right? Yeah.
I would say so, yeah.
That's why they always have Donald Trump stuff up there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get on that because that's a touchy subject, but it's obviously
another
aimed towards
podcast, another topic.
Another podcast, another topic, okay? You can come listen to our 50th episode when we talk about that, obviously. Yeah. But I don't know. Lately I've been following. I used to not really be into Instagram or social media, and now I'm in on it.
I like social media. It's fun, but I just hate how much I'm on my phone. I feel like I waste.
Oh yeah, no, totally. I'll be okay, I'm gonna go do something productive. I'm gonna go learn a new song on guitar. I'm gonna go teach myself how to code more, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But then I just waste time just watching a stupid video on my phone over and over again.
Exactly.
And just for all the people listening out there, this is not a waste of time. Our podcast is real.
This is our pride and joy.
Yeah.
So
this is not you listening. This is not wasting your time, okay?
No, exactly. You're learning so much from our expert advice.
Yeah, we are really some geniuses over here.
Yeah. So if you have any advice questions, we'd be happy to give you some really shitty advice.
So I'm gonna move on. A final topic. I'm gonna talk about some TV shows that we like. I know we already talked about TV shows. We're gonna delve a little deeper into a specific one that we liked recently. We watched Stranger Things 2.
Oh my god.
And if you haven't seen Stranger Things the original Stranger Things, then obviously go watch it. And so we decided to put this one last because if you haven't seen it or you're planning to watch it, you don't want any spoilers, just stop the episode right here. Because from this point on, we're going to discuss spoilers.
We are about to dive into Stranger Things.
I'm about to dive in because this is the best thing I've seen in forever.
Okay, favorite character right now.
Steve.
Steve Harrington is a god.
Steve Harrington, okay, he's basically like Jesus of the season, okay? He's got perfect hair, okay? He's got a baseball bat.
With nails in it.
Yeah. And he's a beast, okay? What more do you need to know about Steve?
Okay. My second favorite character in season 2 is Bob. Bob is just such a sweetheart.
Yeah, Bob's great. And Bob, okay, spoiler for right now, okay? Bob, when he died, I was upset. I was distraught.
He was so close to getting out. He stopped, and I was like, no, don't stop. I know what's happening.
Here's the thing. Rudy never should have stopped, okay? Rudy would have ran straight to the end zone, okay? Bob, on the other hand, he didn't, okay? How about to kill Samwise Gamgee, okay?
Listen, he's getting eaten by this Dimba dog, and I'm like, Goonies never say die.
Yeah.
Get up.
That was upsetting, and I think the whole season was just great, especially because I liked how they his first season, the one main kid was Mike the whole time. I didn't like how you didn't see as much of Mike this season, but I did like how they kind of like went in on like the other kids. You know, like they went in
for sure.
Will, Lucas, and Dustin. Like I mean, Dustin was awesome first season. Lucas was okay, but they didn't get a lot of character development first season. You know what I mean? Like this season, they really went in on it.
Yeah, Lucas actually got some screen time where he actually had some one-on-one conversations
instead of him just crying the whole time.
Lucas was a dick season 1.
He wasn't a dick because I rewatched. Naturally, I watched Stranger Things 2 and then watched the whole thing again. But I mean, he wasn't a dick. He was just kind of like
serious.
He was just serious the whole time. Like, why you gotta make Lucas so serious? He's like a 13-year-old kid. You know, you know how that goes. And I don't know. It was just
the show was so good.
It was just so I can't just emphasize enough how much. If you haven't seen this, watch it. Okay, if you're still listening and you're like hearing all these spoilers, just watch it. It's just so good.
The new characters that they brought into the show, you know, I was really kind of hoping that the new characters they brought in would kind of do the show justice. You know,
I like Max and her brother. I forgot the brother's name. The guy with the
mullet.
Yeah, he had a mullet. They're from California. I like them too.
He's such a dick in the show, but his character is so good. Like after you watch the show, I think you'll really appreciate how. His character, he didn't really add that much depth to the show, but I loved him.
Well, I liked it because he seemed like, I like how like they kind of like play off those 80s tropes, you know, like the jean jackets, you know, the hair and
the
stuff.
mustache.
Yeah, like all that stuff. And I really liked how he was like that classic 80s villain. That they didn't have season 1. Season 1, like Steve was the bad guy, but he turned good.
The asshole.
Yeah, but this time it's like okay, they have that classic 80s film, but they also delved a little bit deeper when you saw his home life, you know? You got to see, like, how his dad was, like, calling him slurs and stuff.
One of our other roommates was watching it this morning when I got up, and it was, if you've seen Stranger Things Season 2, it's the scene where Lucas comes to Maxine's house and, like, knocks on the door, and her brother is, like, working out, and he's got a cigarette in his mouth, lifting weights, and he, like, takes it out, and he's like, get the door, and then, like, continues to drink a beer, smoke the cig, and then keep working out. And I'm just like, my hero. I just thought that was hilarious.
That's your idea of a hero?
You know what I mean.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Not all heroes wear capes.
They're just dicks, apparently.
Have mustaches and
Steve
mullets.
was the true hero, okay? One bad thing. I will say there was one bad thing about Stranger Things 2. And that was that one episode. I don't remember what number it was, but when it was like only 11 the whole time.
I think it was 8.
I think it was 7, maybe. But
it was 7 or 8. I think it was episode 8 because 11's sister was her, like the number on her wrist was 8.
Callie was the worst. Okay, that was her name, and that episode was just hated it. It was just so long, and it just felt so out of place. I don't know why they put that in there, and I get like okay, yeah, she's like developing her powers, she's like learning to be on her own, but it didn't make any sense because all they did was she had like 20 seconds, and she's somehow like infinitely more powerful and can move like a whole train thing just because she thought of what made her upset. Yeah. I don't know. I much would have preferred her just like meeting up with the whole group at the beginning of the season instead of just waiting to the end. You know what I mean?
The only thing that the episode really didn't do any justice for me. I didn't like it that much, but the one thing that really stood out for me is she traveled so damn far. Yeah. As a 12-year-old.
How is a 12-year-old girl... I mean, I guess she has, like, superpowers, but how is a 12-year-old girl traveling this far, okay?
No questions asked.
It makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense.
She's, like walking through the streets of some huge city.
Yeah, she's, like... It's, like, Chicago at, like, 2 a.m. She's walking along, and, like, a police officer just looks at her. They don't do anything.
It's like, oh, hey, how you doing?
Hey, little girl, why are you walking alone in the middle of downtown Chicago at night?
Chicago.
Yeah,
it's not even like some.
First, that doesn't make any sense. That was just a stupid episode. Honestly, okay, I loved 11 season 1. I still love 11 now, but her whole plot season 2 was just like her sitting there in a house, and then she just goes to Chicago, and then she comes back and saves everyone.
She was kind of a crybaby in the first couple episodes.
Yeah, she was. Well, I mean, I get it because she's been locked in the house for like a year, and she's only like 12, right? So she's gonna be emotional about it.
Hopper could have been a better dad, but he's also kind of scarred.
He's kind of messed up because his daughter died of cancer.
Yeah, he lost his. He really. I think 11 kind of replaces his daughter, and he's just super protective over her.
Yeah, so I understand that, but he's also like, I think at the end I really liked it how he knew he had to be protective of her, but he also knew that like he can't just keep her locked up. You know what I mean?
That scene where he's on his like CB radio in his truck talking to
Oh
Eleven,
my gosh,
I was
close to
tearing up.
crying, yeah, but at the end of the season, remember he let her go to the dance with Mike, and that was great.
The final scene of season 2 was so funny.
Dustin with the hair was the best part.
God, his hair was so nice.
Yeah, it was slick. Okay, the hair, Dustin's hair, he slicked it up like Steve's. I think it was like he uses some type of special gel and hairspray. I'm probably gonna do that. I'm growing my hair out like that now.
Steve Arrington's my hero.
Steve, I don't want to be Steve. Okay.
No, one of our friends has a friend who met Lucas. The characters.
She met all the kids.
Yeah, I want to be friends with those kids.
It's a little weird to say.
I'm like emotionally attached to these kids now through their show.
If I ever see those kids in like real life, it's gonna be weird. Okay?
I'm gonna freak out.
I'm gonna freak out. They're gonna be like, "Dude, calm down." I can't calm down.
It's like
you're awesome.
If I saw the guy who plays Ted from How I Met Your Mother, I'm not gonna think I'm just gonna see Ted.
I didn't like Ted from How I Met Your Mother. So.
Oh my god,
he was dick.
He was okay. I love the show though. The show's great.
It's okay.
How do you not like How I Met
I mean,
Your Mother?
I like it, but it's not like my favorite.
Barney and How I Met Your Mother was hilarious.
Yeah. So
quote that show too.
Yeah, we're gonna end things right there, everyone. Thank you for listening to our first episode.
Yeah, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
We know we're still figuring this all out, but we're hoping that we can get some questions in from people who listened
or topics to discuss.
So you can you can follow our YouTube channel. It's just the Mouth Breathers podcast. We have a Twitter page, Facebook page, same names, and we're working on getting a Gmail set up. That'll be on our social media pages as well. So if you want to contact us with some questions you have, any like conversation topics for the show, just email us, tweet at us, write in our Facebook wall, comment in the YouTube section. Yeah. We're just really open to it. We want to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
So thanks for listening.
Thank you.